Like, what was that moment where you were like, oh, like I'm about to be a quarterback?
We can't have you here. Like, if you can't block, like, we can't play this position. I started playing quarterback. I think it was one practice, and then like I was just throwing good balls, making the right reads, all that stuff. So they're like, maybe you fit here.
I feel like New Wave has made me more technically sound. I've never been trained before this, so before I was really just out there playing football, just running around trying to catch the ball, and that's all I thought it was. I didn't think about like the technique to receiver.
I was never a receiver. I never had receiver training, so like it was all new to me, but it felt good. It felt fluent. Like
Sometimes you really gotta work, study, and it might take 1 or 2 years for you to see the field, and like you gotta be okay with that. When I got to college, I had to study our plays, and I'm like in my dorm at night, like, bro, what am I doing? Like, I'm really studying right now. Yeah, that's why I know it now.
Like, you'll be able to tell right away. Like, you could pass the eye test, you could be fast, you could be big, but if you don't want it in your head, then it's gonna show.
What is this about to you? Like, what are you trying to leave behind?
Tell my kids that I went to college and I was a player. Like, I wasn't just there to be there.
If I don't have like a football with me, like, or if I'm not doing anything football, like, what am I doing? I'm actually playing. Like, I'm not just, like what you said, I'm not just there just to be there. Like, for my career, I want to be like a counselor in a school, so then I can also coach football on top of it.
What advice would you give to athletes in high school about training, and like where do like most of them go wrong with their approach to training?
You know how you train, you give us a lot of things like that we could do. My coach always tells us less is more, and you work on that too. Me, I wish I started like doing this way earlier. I was one of those people that didn't know like what was really going on. Like, I didn't know what 7-on-7 was until my junior year. Like, if I would have knew that, I would have got into it earlier.
Like, coaches don't want to coach that. They want to coach people who like actually want it.
Like, coaches are gonna see that if you stay consistent, coaches are gonna see it.
I mean, but I do have something I want to get you. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
New Wave certified.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, welcome to New Wave Certified. I am your host, John Larkin, and with me, I have two athletes I've been working with for a long time. They both play football at Upper Iowa University. They're wide receivers. I have Lonny Melvin and Dionte Fliss. I'm going to let you guys get behind the scenes and kind of learn a little bit more about them, hear their stories, so on and so forth. So without further ado, Lonny, just kind of tell me a little bit about yourself and, so on and so forth.
I'm originally from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I played high school football at Jeff for 3 years. I started out playing my freshman year. I was playing a lot of different positions: receiver, linebacker, DB, or corner, safety, a lot of different things. But my senior year, I transferred to Prairie, and I was really just focused on wide receiver and DB. And now I'm a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit about me. So I was born and raised in Okoboji, Iowa. I don't know if y'all know about that, but small town. And then I came here in 5th grade, started playing, I was playing linebacker, a little bit of running back. And then during like freshman year, I switched over to quarterback, and then was there all 4 years of high school playing quarterback. And then my freshman spring ball at Upper Iowa, I had switched over to receiver because I had injured my shoulder, so I wasn't able to play quarterback no more, and they wanted to get me on the field faster. Mm-hmm. So I found a little better route to get on the field.
So you've already just told me a lot that like I actually didn't know about you. Uh-huh. You know what I mean? So Okoboji, where's that at?
Spirit Lake. I think it's in like the upper and eastern corner of Iowa.
So northeastern Iowa.
Yeah. Like, my grandpa lives, it's like 10 miles from the Minnesota border.
Oh, so we're talking north.
We're way up there.
So how did you when did you find out that you were going to play quarterback? Like, what was that moment where you were like, oh, like I'm about to be a quarterback?
So it started off like I was playing running back and fullback, because like when I was younger, I was a little bigger. I was a little chubby back then. I was playing fullback, and like I hated to block. Like, blocking was like not my strong suit ever. So they're like, we can't have you here. Like, if you can't block, like we can't play this position. And then I started playing quarterback. I think it was one practice. And then like I was just throwing good balls, making the right reads, all that stuff. So they're like, maybe you fit here. And then that's when it was just like, all right, maybe this is my position.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty unique, man. I know everyone's got their own story about how they come into their own position. Like I know, like me, like I play quarterback too, but I should have been receiver, DB type thing. But how I started was just we were at a youth football camp at our high school. Like you know how like they do that for like the high school. Like if you guys were seniors or whatever, you take like the youth cats in your program and you coach them.
Yeah.
So like I was at one of those camps and there's all these receivers over here and there's only like one or two quarterbacks. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go try quarterback now and being good at it. But yeah, so Lonny, you touched on something that I thought was kind of interesting. You mentioned how, you know, throughout the first couple of years of your high school career, how you were kind of playing all these different positions. You know, what was that like when you really got the opportunity to really like hone in on your craft at receiver your senior year?
To be honest, I feel like it was a good step for me because I never really got to focus on just receiver. Like I was just out there playing football, just doing whatever I can to help my team win. So then when I could just focus on my individual strength at receiver, then it just made the game better for me. So yeah.
For sure. What was your guys's like? When did you guys start training here at New Wave Performance? You know, like what do you think is different about us, so on and so forth.
I started training here. When was it? I think it was my senior year.
Yeah.
My senior year, summer going into my freshman year of college. So I feel like New Wave has made me more technically sound because, like I said, I've never been trained before this. So before I was really just out there playing football, just running around trying to catch the ball, and that's all I thought it was. I didn't think about like the technique to receiver. So that's a good thing about New Wave.
For sure. About you?
Lonny was here before me. I think Lonny told me about it, and I think we were already in college.
Yeah, it was our freshman year, I think.
Yeah, so I think it was the summer going into my sophomore year is when I started New Wave because that's when like I really transitioned to be a receiver. But like, I don't know. Yeah, it gave me like what Lonny said, a lot of different techniques to use, a lot of different outlooks, or like not outlooks, but like combo moves to use against.
Tools.
Yeah, to like use. And like I was never a receiver. I never had receiver training, so like it was all new to me, but it felt good. It felt fluent. Like it felt like yeah, this is right. Like
it fits you, right? Yeah. So you and I actually have like a lot of similarities. Like we both went into our freshman year of college playing quarterback, got moved to receiver. I can tell you this, that you've handled it much better than what I did. Kind of talk about that transition and like what that was like for you and like what did you have to go through to overcome that?
I mean, it was a hard transition, like quarterback, like that was my love. Like I really wanted to like I got offered to go there to be a quarterback. Like that's what I wanted to do. Like some days I still think like I want to go play quarterback. Like it's just my love. But like it was hard. But once like you get over that like little phase that like I guess everyone goes through when they have to transition from one thing they love to something different. But like, I mean, it was fine. I had a lot of good outlets, a lot of people to talk to that really like helped me too also get through it. But yeah.
Do you think that you guys being recruited together kind of made a difference? Part of that?
For sure.
Yeah. What was that like when you guys were in the recruiting process?
It was fun for sure. Like I feel like I can't speak for him, but my recruiting process like came down to the wire. Like I didn't know where I was gonna go until like maybe a week or two before signing day. So when we all went on our visit to Upper Iowa together, and it was just it really clicked. Like I liked the people there that was already there, and the game day visit I went on. It's funny because the year before we got there, they went 1-10. And the one game I went to, we won it. So and it was versus Wayne State, so it was a big win for the program. So I feel like those are the variables that got me there.
Yeah. What was some of the deciding factors for you, Dionte?
I felt like it was just I know like Fayette's small. Like I always dreamed about going somewhere like super big, having a big city around me, having a lot of people there. But it's just like Fayette is a place where like if you love football, like it's just football. Like there's no like bars, there's nothing that you can like really get yourself in trouble into. Like it's there's more college kids on the campus than there is people who live in that town. So like, and they're straight athletes. Like 92% of them are athletes. So like, I feel like, and I'm an hour away from home. I can go home whenever. Like, family can always come see me if I need something. So like, I feel like that was kind of like one of the big factors
Sure.
that got me there.
Yeah, I know like some kids like they're like, oh, I don't want to go to a small school or I don't want to go to a small town where there's nothing around me. What would you say to those kids as far as like, hey, you might want to change your perspective on that? Like, what would you guys say about that?
I mean, there's like, when you go to like the bigger cities when there's more people, there's a lot of different ways to get in trouble, and there's like, it's a lot easier to get in trouble out there. But like, when you go to like a small school or a small town, like, it's just the like sport you're there for. Like, you like, when we're in school, like, we literally go to lifts, go to school, go to practice, come home when we're in our dorm, we're playing a game with each other, we're all hanging out in the same dorm. Like it's just sports. Like, if you love sports, then like, that's like a great place to go to.
Sure.
Same thing for real. It's just the distractions are minimized. Like being in a big city, like you could limit your distractions by just locking in, but like Fayette forces you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's why I like it a lot, because it's just you and the guys out there trying to get better every day.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's kind of like, just like you said it best, kind of limiting the distractions, right? You mentioned like, yeah, you could just lock in at a bigger city and try to focus, but easier said than done,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
So that being said, what are some of like the biggest misconceptions about college football?
I feel like nowadays, like you see, like kids on Instagram, you feel me? They see like 5 stars, 4 stars. They go to college and they instantly impact right away. Sometimes it's not gonna be like that. Like sometimes you really gotta work, study, and it might take 1 or 2 years for you to see the field. And like you gotta be okay with that. Like you gotta be in your head like, I'm gonna work for whatever I get, and I'm gonna be not satisfied, but I'm gonna be okay with my work. Like you feel
The
me?
process.
Yeah, the process.
Yep.
You gotta fall in love with that, because everybody not gonna come in and start right away. Like it was kids in our class that came in and was going crazy. Like we had a tight end, he came in and instant impact.
Yeah.
Right away. We call him Mr. Electric.
Yeah.
but yes, and then like us two, like we had to wait a year or two to see the field. So like I'm not mad at that, but it's just like you gotta know what you're working for, and you gotta work every day for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I couldn't have said it any better. Like that's probably like the biggest thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how did you guys find like the balance within all that?
When I first got to school, like it was crazy because I thought it was gonna be like, I never studied in high school. I never studied for like tests or anything. But like when I got to college, I had to study our plays, and I'm like in my dorm at night, like, bro, what am I doing? Like I'm really studying right now. But like it's all fun because when you look back, you like, yeah, that's why I know it now. Like I know our offense like the back of my hand. So that's what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. What kind of like adversity would you guys feel like you've overcome in your previous, couple years? Like I know we talked about the transition from quarterback to receiver, but like outside of that.
I think maybe like definitely learning the playbook. Like that's probably one of like the biggest like problems I had going like the beginning of my college career. Like it's just like a whole bunch of like twists and turns that like if this isn't pinpoint, then the whole play's messed up. Like everything's got to be sound too. Like you can't really go out there and make your own like stuff shake, because if you don't, or if you do, you're not going to be on time for nothing. Like everything's going to be late. Then you're not going to be like yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like what would you guys say? Okay, what tips would you provide? I'm a senior in high school. We've got a lot of seniors in high school right now that are getting ready to go play. What tips would you guys give them to help them, with that, with studying playbooks and stuff like that?
One thing me and Lonny did when we were freshmen, we had sticky notes and we drew up every play concept that we had and we put it on our wall. And it was up there the whole year. So every time you walk out the door, it's right in front of your face. Mm-hmm. It's the first thing you look at when you leave the door.
That's sick.
Like it was like literally like almost the top like to halfway
From the top
down.
of the door to like
Halfway
the
down,
door
yeah.
handle.
It's
all
full
our
plays.
concepts.
Like everything, just wrote it out. And then like we also used to live with a DB and a tight end. So we with the tight end.
We learning what the tight end does and then what the DBs are doing to us. So like I feel like that helped us a lot because we getting all around knowledge from our homeboys. They not gonna, you feel me, like we all teammates, they not holding nothing back. Like they gonna tell us what they doing, like what they thinking when they guarding us, what we thinking when we going against them.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, it's just like iron sharpens iron type deal. You know, like for example, you guys were out at the 7-on-7 that we did last weekend, right? We had a tight end playing defense who's never going to play defense, but just for the fun of the game. And I had to tell him, like, hey, understand that you have to get inside the mind of a defense, you know, to be good at offense as well. You know, and I feel like that just kind of adds a different layer of understanding and knowing, like, how to play offense. You know, like, I learned how to coach defense before I learned how to coach offense because that allowed me to coach the offense that much better. You know what I mean? So speaking of that, I want to kind of talk a little bit about, like, the wide receiver mindset. So, you know, what makes a good receiver versus what makes a great receiver?
Their mentality. If you don't have a good mentality and you don't want it bad enough, like you'll be able to tell right away. Like you could pass the eye test, you could be fast, you could be big, but if you don't want it in your head, then it's gonna show. Like you'll break down, you'll get in your head, you'll drop a ball, and then you won't catch any other balls because you'll be in your head the whole time. But like to be like a good receiver, you have to have a strong mentality, and like the coaches will definitely build that once you get to college. But like going into college, if you already have that, that's already a plus.
Yeah. So what are some things that you guys did to like develop that?
Get yelled at, fuck up, real. Like just mess up,
just go through it.
Yeah, you gotta just go through the process. Like we out there trying so hard not to mess up, and like when you do, somebody get on your ass, it's like you don't want to feel that ever again. Like, cause you trying so hard, you like, damn, I thought I did that perfect, and then Coach P get the tweaking. He, and then you just like, damn, I don't want to feel this ever again.
Nah. So that's the difference between a good route and a great route.
Yep.
For real.
Yesterday. I'm telling you, it's way worse than that too.
Yeah. No, I bet, man. Like,
but yeah. Something else is for a receiver, like, for younger receivers, like to understand, like timing is so critical. Like, when you coming up, like I feel like young receivers should really get a good relationship with their quarterback. Even if you already have one now, like even get an even better one. Because if y'all are best friends, like it's gonna make playing so much easier. Like his timing gonna be on your timing, and it's just y'all gonna sync. So timing is very critical.
Mm-hmm. That was actually something that we were going to talk about is building trust with the quarterback. So what are some tips for doing that?
Just
you gotta
be around them.
Yeah, you really gotta become their friend. You gotta know them. Like from my quarterback experience, like I used to hang out with the receivers and tight ends all the time. Like, cause if you don't have that connection, like y'all won't be on the same page.
When he was my quarterback, we was together every day.
We almost like lived together, like sleeping over at each other's house, like going, like we were always together. Like there was like not a moment you didn't see us apart.
If you seen me, you seen him.
Literally.
You seen him, you seen me.
Right.
I feel like that was just like the biggest thing that helped us too, cause like we just knew like I knew what he could do. Like and wherever like I put the ball, I know he can get it.
I think too it's just like part of like the lingo too. Like you know how like when you get in a game, it's like you can't really speak in full sentences all the time. So like you kind of just rattle something off quick. And it's like if you hang out all the time, you know like right away what I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I didn't say exactly. Yeah. You guys have any like pregame routines or anything like that you go through? Anything special, or is it just kind of same old?
Just listen to music and pray.
I was just gonna say that. Yep.
Yeah, have some faith type deal.
Yeah,
love that.
Pray
love that.
Maybe like once or twice. Once in the locker room with everybody, and then in the end zone. Like sometimes our receiver coach will come on there and like read us a verse or something, like read us a little script while we're all down in the end zone, down on the field. So like that's really like one thing we build like one thing our culture is really built around is like God. Like we every day, every lift, we read a scripture for the day. Like every
Really?
time,
Yeah,
like we see our
yeah.
strength coach, we read a scripture. He sends us pictures of scriptures. Like our center is just God. Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
That was an emphasis going into the spring that we want to center God around what we try to do, because you can't move without having him at the center of your life.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to walk by faith, not by sight
Yep.
type deal. And obviously, football is part of that. You know what I mean? You don't know what's coming next, but you just got to have trust in, God and everything like that. But I find that very interesting. You know what I mean? That it's like a team adopted culture. You know what I mean? Like I haven't really heard much of that. So it's pretty cool to hear that. You know?
It's really big in our team. Like one of our kids, he like hosts his own like I don't even like what was it?
It was like we had our own little worship session.
Yeah, worship session. Yeah.
It wasn't really Bible study. We were like it was more like singing songs.
It was more like
and
church vibes.
And just praising.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And he runs his own thing every week.
Yeah. We had Bible studies every week. And then back to that worship session thing, like we had players, coaches, they shared their testimonies, like how far they came to be where they are right now. And it was a good experience.
Legit. Yeah. That builds. I feel like that just builds a lot of trust.
Yeah.
Like you got to like show a little bit of vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because like we're all people at the end of the day type deal. Like whether I'm a coach, whether I'm an athlete, like we can all relate to one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I kind of want to just talk a little bit more about just like legacy and like what is this about to you? Like, what are you trying to leave behind? And like, just, I know we kind of talked about it on Monday, but like, what are you guys trying to build for yourselves as far as legacy goes? Like, it doesn't even have to be all about you either.
Yeah. Like I said Monday, I want to be able to like tell my kids that I went to college and I was a player. Like I wasn't just there to be there. Like I wanna show my kids accomplishments that I had. Like I want to be a good college player. I don't want to just be there just to say I did it. Like I want to actually do it. So that's just really what it is for me. Like, cause I work so hard. Like my whole life, I've been doing this my whole life, and I know everybody else has. But I feel like my work has to pay off someday.
Yeah. So, do you feel like it's part of your identity?
Yeah.
Would you say? Yeah, for sure. What about you, Dionte?
100%. I feel like football like is my identity. Like that's like all my life is around. Like I feel like if I don't have like a football with me, like or if I'm not doing anything football, like what am I doing? Like, but yeah, I just feel like same thing like what Lonny said. Like I just want to be able to like show like people that like I actually like did it and I'm actually playing. Like I'm not just like what you said. I'm not just there just to be there. Like. I get some accomplishments out of this, like
have some stories to tell, stuff like that, for sure. What are some long-term goals that you guys have, either on the field or even off the field?
Off the field, a long-term goal is obviously college graduate. So I mean, I'm close to that. It's not really long-term anymore, but it's been one for a while. So, and then. A goal on the field is just to produce. Like I don't really I can't put a number on it. Like I can't put it into a category, but I just want to produce. However my team need me, I just want to produce in that role, and then see where that take me. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Long-term goal for me outside of football, I mean, yeah, graduating college. I want to get out of Iowa. Maybe like I was talking like with the 7-on-7 that I've been like around helping out and stuff. I was talking to like the head guy of it, and he said that if I really wanted to, I could like when I move, I could make a team down there and have like my own little thing, my own little organization down there, so I could like still be like coaching, still be in the football, like because like I feel like I don't ever want to leave football. Like I want to like for my career, I want to be like a counselor in a school. So then I can also coach football on top of it, stuff like that.
That makes good sense. Now I see the avenue. Yeah. Absolutely. So that kind of leads me to like my next question. Like, how are you going to give back? Like, what do you want to give back, after everything that you guys have done as athletes?
I just want to give knowledge. You feel me? Like, I feel like one of my strengths is like taking information and giving it to somebody else, like explaining it in my own way to help people. Like I I had a job at the Y when I was watching little kids, and like they were like 10 years old, so I could talk to them about football. Like when we be outside just throwing it around, like I could when we playing against each other, I could give them little tips, and I liked it. Like I like seeing them take what I say and do it, and it works. Like I like seeing that. So
Yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
YMCA, man,
Yeah.
for sure.
For me, it's kind of the same thing, knowledge, because I feel like coming from two different positions, I feel like I have a little bit more knowledge, and also playing quarterback, like I know like a lot. Like I know what the tight end needs to do. I know like what the wide receivers need to do, and then also playing quarterback, I like read defenses all the time. So like a lot of time is spent on looking at defenses too. So I feel like I can help in a lot of ways. Like if it's offense, defense, quarterback, receiver, I feel like I just got knowledge all around.
Yeah, and what I will say about that is like you guys have so much credibility, you know what I mean? Being able to say that you produced and that you played at the next level, and that is just gonna open up so many doors for you, like that you guys have no idea, you know what I mean? And I think if you want a career in sports, then playing sports is definitely gonna help with that, you know what I mean? But want to talk briefly about what it's like training here at New Wave. How has it helped you as far as like preparing for your competition?
Training with New Wave is definitely a fun experience. Like I said earlier, I've been here for four damn near 5 years now. So what it's helped me with, like I said, the technical side of football, knowing my steps and knowing when to pick my foot up and put it back down, or when to cross over and run, or you feel me, like just little stuff like that that I didn't focus on. And what was the second part of the question?
Just like how has it helped you with your competition, which you're kind of explaining?
Oh yeah. But yeah, it just helps me with my competition because I know like when to use DB's leverage against him, or when to use like when he steps outside of his box, or when he's over pursuing the go route, then I can shut it down. Like it's just stuff like that. Like thinking while I'm playing, this has helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And I feel like, yeah, I mean, that's really like what's helped me too. And like, I feel like in the beginning of my college career, I was like, when I was out there, it was a lot of thinking, like a lot of like, when do I need to do this? And how do I need to do this? But like working with you, it's just like I feel like I've done it so many times, it's so repeated. Like I just go out there and I just do it. Like everything is just fluid, everything is smooth. Like I don't have to like really think as much about what I want to do. It's just like my body does it. Like, and you like working with DBs, like you guarding us, like that also helps me like know where to put my hands, know when to like use one hand, get off my shoulder, like all that stuff. Like I feel like it's just all around just helped me become a better player.
Yeah, absolutely. And you like kind of mentioned like just the natural reaction part of it, right? That is what training is all about. You know what I mean? Like my goal is to just equip you with tools and allow you to just pull them out when you need them, right? Because you don't want to have to use the whole toolbox all the time, right? You just want to use it when you need it. What advice would you give to athletes in high school about training, and like where do like most of them go wrong with their approach to training?
I feel like with how you train, you give us a lot of things like that we could do, but in the game, like my coach always tells us less is more, and you work on that too. So it's just really you gotta simplify what you're doing. Like all the hezzies in the middle of the route, like that'll work, but sometimes you gotta just run as fast as you can and then break it off as quick as you can.
Right.
Like that's what I think. Yeah.
A lot of those kids need to work on is just understanding
that less is more.
Yeah, and when to use things and stuff like that.
Yep.
What would you say, Dionte?
Same thing. Like there's certain situations where things can be done, and there's certain situations where things can't be done. Like an example our coach tells us, like when we're in the open field, less is more, get to your spot. But when we're in the red zone, you can take your time. Like this is when you have your time to really like size up the DB, like make them think you're going this way and then break it back out, or make them think you're going outside and break it in. Like you have more time. It's just understanding when you can use the tools that you have, and understanding like when you just have to get to your route. Like because timing, like you said earlier, timing is the biggest important. Like
Just the
biggest
context,
thing.
right?
Yeah,
Understanding
yeah.
context within the route and the play call and all that good stuff. If you're in high school, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think about cats that are like just like waiting? Like, they're just waiting. You know, they're just waiting. They don't understand the time frame that they have. You know, kind of talk a little bit about that.
Ain't nothing to wait on. Like, go now. Like, is that what you're asking? Yeah. Me, I wish I started like doing this way early. Like, I should have tapped in like maybe a year or two before. Like, and even with other football things I've done, like I was one of those people that didn't know like what was really going on. Like, I didn't know what 7-on-7 was until my junior year. Like, if I would have knew that, I would have got into it earlier. And like I said, I've never been trained for real. But if I knew I had outlets, I would have got into it. So it's nothing to wait on. That's what I would say. Like, get into it now, because then when you get to college, like your coach is gonna be like, damn, he technically sound in his route. Like he get out his break. He do this, he do that. So like it's gonna be different. You're gonna be way better if you just get on it right now.
Yeah. What do you think that like a college coach is looking for in a high school recruit?
Mental toughness for sure. Like I feel like that's like a big thing on every coach's plate. Like if you're not able to take constructive criticism, it's like they're not going to be able to talk to you. Because like if they talk to you and yell at you and tell you like what you need to do or like what's better for you, and you sit there and you like don't listen to them, or you like get all mad and get in your feelings, like he's not going to come back up to you and help you again. Like he sees the type of player you are. Like like coaches don't want to coach that. They want to coach people who like actually want it. Like really like live for this, like live and die for this. Like they love those players. So like if you can come into college and your mental toughness is there, like you will already have a big upper hand. Because I've seen people who are in college and have to like and fall out and lose the love of the game because they don't have it. Like they don't have mental toughness and they get yelled at, and then they just break down.
Right.
So
just understanding how to be coachable. Sounds like is like a big part of it. Absolutely. Yeah, it's like little things that you know, that I see all the time with like different kids, like working with different kids around here. It's like everyone responds differently. You know what I mean, to different cues or feedbacks, whatever. You know what I mean. So it's always like, as a coach, it's like, all right, well, what kind of communicator are you? You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to get my message across? And if you can show me that you have good listening skills and stuff like that, then that makes my job easier, for sure.
Another thing is consistency. If you come in every day, work, you practice every day hard, like coaches are going to see that. If you stay consistent, coaches are going to see it. If you consistently take criticism good, they're going to notice. Like, you just got to be consistent in every facet of your life, and then it's gonna work out. That's another thing, just consistency.
Yeah, I love that, and I think that everyone kind of gets caught up as far as like high school recruits. They get so caught up in like wanting to run a good 40, or you know, just like the physical traits that they don't necessarily ever talk about on their Twitters or something like that. Hey, you know, I've been consistently doing X, Y, and Z, or you know, this is what I was doing with my coach, and this is the way he was talking to me and stuff like that. That's how I responded. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. You know what I mean? But I do have something I want to get you. I know you got really big hands. What are you, XX for your gloves?
Yeah.
Okay. What size do you wear?
Large. They'll probably fit better.
Okay. So these run a little big, but
so yeah, larges will probably fit better then.
Okay.
You got XLs?
Two large.
Bro, great. Let me get mine.
What size you, Dionte?
Another pair.
Large. Yeah.
I need one of them.
Did he just say another pair?
Huh?
Well, Lonnie, I don't know if these are gonna fit you or not, but they're extra large.
Thank you.
Right. This is extra large too. If they fit like large.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's gonna fit you or not, but
They might. I can make
try
them
them on. You know what I mean?
I can make them work.
Whatever. But,
let me see what they
you
talking
know
about.
what I mean?
For real.
New Wave certified, 30.
I got
sir.
lotion on my hands. Open these. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll let you unpackage them. It's your deal.
Oh yeah. Real deal.
Yeah.
Those fit you all right?
Yeah, they decent. Let me put both on.
Oh yeah, these good.
New Wave certified.
Are those too big or?
I mean,
I can get you a
maybe.
smaller one too.
maybe a little bit.
I can get you a large that fits like a medium or whatever. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
New Wave certified.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Well,
no.
yeah, man, that's all we got for
Peace,
today,
tough,
man. I'll give my little closing here. So appreciate everybody checking into New Wave Certified. I'm the host, John Larkin. With me, I had Dionte Fliss and Lonny Melvin, Upper Iowa. Appreciate you guys stopping by.
For sure.
Good
Yes,
shit,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. New Wave.
All right, man. All right.
All right.